Hello, this is Brian Vickery, your analytic health coach here from Parker, Colorado, and I'm going to show you just one of many different workouts you would be able to do. This one's going to be just kind of going through the paces. It's not going to be real time for you necessarily to follow, but it'll give you ideas about what you can do at home with some very simple, inexpensive things versus that big gym membership that's just sitting there during COVID-19. A few of the products that I'm going to actually be using today, I do want you to look at. I don't have affiliate links for any of these yet or anything, but they're things I stand by and believe on for myself. First ones are these Be Strong cuffs, okay? These Be Strong cuffs, you'll also hear them called BFR or occlusion, although I will have a separate video explaining the difference on why we do not want to have occlusion training in this case. But that's what I'm wearing right now for these cuffs. I will tell you that you can also go out to Amazon and get something as simple as this, which is about 30 bucks for 4 of them, 2 for the arms, 2 for the legs. And again, when I do that BFR video, I'll show you 3 different levels of these types of bands that you can use, each coming at different cost points. These are obviously moderately expensive, and they even get more expensive than that, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. In addition to that, I'm going to be doing some resistance band training today. That's going to be the main thing. I use these guys, let me tell you, pre-COVID-19, these suckers are about 36 bucks. Now you go try to find the equivalent with about 22 pieces on it, and it's anywhere from $60 to $80, which is still less than a month's worth of a gym membership, but they have taken advantage for sure. Just to show you these bands, here's just a sampling of them, and you can see they're very easily labeled, 10 through 50 pounds, and they're stackable, meaning if I want to, I can put a couple of them on a handle itself. So I'm actually going to be using this right now for my squats. So with a BFR training session, it's more about doing lighter weights, which means it's not going to tear your body down, but it's going to give you the same type of benefit as if you were lifting heavy. This type of occlusion, which again, we don't necessarily want to call it that, it's just doing a venous flow, and we will have pictures of me before I even put these on. I haven't even started lifting yet, but you can already see where the vascularity is starting to come out right now. And so I'm going to be able to use light weights and get a workout as if I was doing much, much more. To the point that when I'm generally doing all these exercises, I would target 20 to 30, if I was really stretching it, maybe 40%, but really 20 to 30% of your 1 rep max on these things. And I'm going to get a heck of a workout. I'm going to follow a regimen of doing 30 reps, and then I'm going to come back and do 15 and 15. Some of them will allow you, if you're doing like 20%, do 30, 30, 30, which means you would be doing 90 reps of the same exercise. But for some of my goals right now, I'm just going to be doing 30, then 15, then 15, and I imagine you're going to see a lot of this sped up more than what I'm going to be doing now. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first. We're going to start out with the squats. So I'm just going to set these guys here. Again, I've got these stacked, so I have 2 bands here, so this is actually 90 pounds, only 90 pounds for a squat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring these up here, and then just do my squats. Okay, when I do my squats, I'm going to keep an upright back. As I come up, I'm going to be squeezing my glutes. Okay, that's one of the least used yet biggest muscles in our body. So each time I'm doing that, I'm squeezing. I'm not leaning forward too much, and my knees aren't going too far beyond my toes as I do this. Maintaining a simple pace. If I wanted to be counting, you can only be doing 1001, 1002, 1001, 1002. Okay, so you'd be moving at about that rate. And just knock out my 30 reps. Okay, so I just got through doing squats using 90 pounds. But I don't want to do that much for my chest press and my rows, which, by the way, I like to keep balanced. I'm going to do both of those at the same weight. So I'm very quickly going to take the handle off, and I'm going to unstack these. So I've taken my 40 off to make sure I get that on both sides. Just doing it from the handle. And now we're going to move into a chest press. So find a very easy thing. This could be something in your house. The package also comes with a door hanger that you can set next to your hinges and use it that way. So even a hollow core door will work in that case if you just keep it close to the hinge. I'm going to step out here because, again, resistance bands give you a nice steady increase of resistance throughout the range of motion. So I'm out here, and as I do my presses, I'm just going to be out there. So I don't want to rock into it necessarily. I want to keep the shoulders and stuff as still as possible. Again, I can do that counting 1, 1002 each way if I wanted to. Keeping my shoulders low, level, not allowing them to raise up around my ears. Rise up around my ears. So I would say right now, even this 50 pounds is probably a little bit light. If I wasn't recording on this, I probably would have done a 50 and a 20 perhaps, instead of a 50 and 90. But keep in mind, you could add all of these up together on the same handle and get to about 150 pounds worth of resistance. So there's a lot of things you can do with that type of thing. So I'm just going to knock out these 30 now. Okay, so now we're going to do rows. This is actually a second take on this, and part of that is because I did want to have a little bit more resistance on these as I did them. I want to do both presses and rows, generally with the same weight, but just felt like I wanted a little bit more weight for this. May as well get a good workout while I'm demonstrating this stuff. Okay, but I'm also going to introduce both a low row and a high row. So for a low row, again, I like to go from a squat position because I want to be working my legs as well. I'm not going to use them to rock back and forth, but I'm just going to maintain that squat. And as I do that, I will allow myself to hyperextend. So these guys right here will get extended a little bit. And then when I pull back, my shoulders are going to stay low. My hands are going to stay low, palms will be facing each other, but I'm going to pull back so that you can either see the wrinkles in my shirt back there, or you can see where I have a, like I'm pinching a quarter between my shoulder blades. So again, hyperextending, pulling. That would be a low row, and that's going to work your upper back. However, if I did the same type of thing, but now I turn it so my palms are facing the ground and pull this way, now I'm working my shoulders. So if you see them from the back, as I pull, looking at where the shoulders are, I'm hyperextending at first, but as I pull, you should see the shoulders getting the workout, not the back. So the difference, low row here, high row here. And you can alternate between those. So if I was doing my sets of 30, I would literally do 30 of these. And so it would be 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, all the way to 30. So I'll just knock these out. So now we're going to move on to the curls. Again, I've got my 50 and my 20 here, so it's 70 pounds. Still doing a set of 30, then I'll come back and do my 15-15. Just to tell you, from a regression standpoint, you have, and by regression it generally means to make it easier, you could just do it with one foot like I have here and lift it up that way, or what you would consider would be normal would be pretty much shoulder width apart doing the same thing. And of course, if I wanted to, I could go even deeper and get in that stance and do it from there. I'm just going to do it pretty much from shoulder width apart on this one. And again, up here at the top, squeeze it. Okay, so you're here, squeeze it at the top. Imagine making that muscle. For your grandkids, if you're a grandfather like me, hashtag granddaddy gains. Just work these, or you can just maintain a 2-second, nice and easy move. Get my 30 and again, shoulders are staying low. You can still maintain a plank even during this. So even as I'm doing this, I'm squeezing my glutes together and I'm tightening my core. So even throughout the whole exercise, it doesn't become an isolated exercise of, in this case, the biceps. You're also getting a core workout, glutes, and with these BFR cuffs, I assure you I'm feeling this. And now we're going to do our tricep extensions. So I've moved it back over the post again. Another way that you can very easily adjust resistance with a resistance band, keep in mind if you had a weight like a plate, you'd have to take the plate off, put a different one on, or so on. If it's a cable, you know, you can reach over and just move the cable down. Well, whether it's TRX, which is going to be another modality that I'm going to have some videos for you to see, because I am TRX qualified, but the resistance bands are good too, because I could be close to where there's almost slack in that, so when I go through the range of motion, there's not as much resistance. If I decide, you know what, I'm feeling better today, even though I have the same weight, I can increase that a little bit, take a half a step back. When you do, now there's already a lot more tension on there, and now when I go back here, I feel it. Again, with the BFR bands, you're going to feel everything. But when doing your tricep extensions, keep your elbows glued to your ribs. Okay, don't allow them to swing. Don't allow it to become a shoulder motion. I'll see a lot of people doing this kind of thing. That's not working your triceps. We're trying to isolate these guys right here. So instead, keep your head neutral. Don't be looking down. Don't be looking up. Keep your head neutral. And from here, palms down, extend. So don't stop short. Don't swing it. Just keep them glued to your ribs, your elbows glued to the ribs. Extend. Extend. You feeling not so good today? Move in. You feeling like an absolute rock today? Move out. Something like this gives you the ability to adjust almost on every rep to find the tension you're feeling like you can do that day. But first set, knockout 30. So again, today's exercises have been a total body workout. Okay, so I've done a lot of upper body stuff. Yes, I do tend to do that, but it's also important to always do the lower body as well. There's something about the joke about every day is a leg day. So we are going to do legs. We already did squats. Sometimes I would have done like a one-legged lunge, either walking or just in place or stepping back even to get that explosion. But for now, I'm just going to do some calf raises. So find a surface that would allow you to go a little bit past parallel to the ground, and again, raise up to the top. So I'm only using my hand for balance. I'm not using myself to help. So if I wanted to, I could do this, but each time I get out of balance, I may touch here. But get nice full extensions. If for some reason you start to feel that you are cramping, then when you get down to the down position, just hold it for a bit. Okay, let it rest there for a while, let it stretch out that muscle. But otherwise, keep working it. And as you can see, the calves are getting a nice workout. I'm not even putting it under any load other than a simple body weight. So again, if you do 30 of these, following it with 15 and 15, and you're wearing the BFR bands, this is a heck of a workout. Okay, so again, this is Brian Vickery, your analytic health coach and personal trainer here in Parker, Colorado. I just took you through a total body workout where all we pretty much used was resistance bands, and we did a total body from the standpoint that we did squats and calf raises. We also did a chest press, a low row and a high row, and then curls and triceps. So $60 worth of resistance bands, and that's just a fraction of what you can do with them. You can hear me being a little bit out of breath because I did my 30, 15s, and 15s, and I wore these guys. So again, I'm going to give you a sampling of the BFR bands that are kind of out there on the market. These are my favorites from a cost point as well as functionality and safety standpoint, and I'll talk to you about those. But I just want to do this post-interview to say, one, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you watch other videos of mine and help yourself towards your own journey for health and wellness. But I want you to see the difference. Here's the after effects of these BFR bands. So again, it's all about reducing venous flow back to the heart, making the heart have to work more to get the same cardiac output, and that's what gives you these. That also, again, I'll talk to you about it more, is going to help with growth hormone and everything else that's going to allow you to start getting a little bit bigger, lifting very little weight. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to more. Like and comment as you see fit, and thanks for joining me.